Alright, YouTube. It's gonna be part 2 of my. I'm gonna do a tips and tricks series, right? And real quick, I didn't talk about. I'm gonna talk one more thing about over travel on these 1911 triggers that nobody, a lot of people don't really fuck with, but if you move it back too far, the way you can tell, the way you can test it out is lock the slide back, squeeze it down. There's no reason you should be putting too much over travel in your gun. But let's say you bought the trigger and then installed it on your gun later. The way you can test if there's too much over travel is squeeze the trigger and push the slide down. Now if that hammer went forward, it'd mean there's too much over travel on the trigger, and this one is good because I adjusted it. There is no over travel. Now let's say, man, you got a Glock and there ain't no fucking way you're paying that much money for a gun. That's fine, man. That's just my preference, and that's got nothing to do with you, man. Be an individual, you know. Fucking there's plenty of dudes that shoot competition with Glocks, and one thing I found that you'll really like with a Glock is a Ghost 3.5 pound disconnect. This little thing right here, if you switch it out, it can make your trigger a lot better, and it's only like $9 for this little piece of metal. You just pull the old one out, put it in. If you have a punch like I told y'all to get, you knock this out, you knock this out, and this out. Pull all that shit out. It's pretty easy to put back in. Don't worry about it. It's pretty easy to do yourself. And you put this new disconnector in, and your trigger squeeze will be nice on these Glocks, and they're really reliable. And you know, yeah, man. Some people don't have the money to go out and get a 1911, but also remember though, you know, there's a lot of different brands out there, man. I highly recommend, if you can't afford, you know, some of those high horse 1911s, go for like a Para GI Expert. There's actually a SWAT team, I think in North Carolina, that their standard issue weapon is the Para GI Expert, and that gun costs as much as a Glock. But I mean, if you want to use a Glock, then fucking rock on, man. I got some nice sights on there, and I put that trigger in there. So if you're gonna run a Glock, that's something you could think about. Another thing, speed. If you want to shoot fast, you need to get a shot timer. I'm telling you, these things do. This ain't no fucking stopwatch. Don't look at this and be like, oh, he's got some fucking type of stopwatch. That's that thing they use on Nothing Fancy. No, man, this is the shit. All right. What it actually does is, I hit this go button, right? It turns on, right? It's bouncing around. It's just telling me it's good to go. It's ready. When I hit go again, it's gonna give me 3 seconds, and then it's gonna beep. Here it goes. Alright, so let's say I fired those 3 shots. Wham, wham, wham. Well, it will detect the concussion of my muzzle. It will tell me exactly how long it took me to get that first shot off. Look at that, 1.24 of a second. So then I'll know how fast my draw time. If I started out with my AR up, and then as soon as I heard the beep, I'm going into, okay, now I got a malfunction. I snatch out my pistol and I get that first shot off. That lets me know how fast I am on the draw. And then my follow-up shots, it does the average in between shot time. That's your split, 0.51. And then your total time it took you to make those engagements, 2.20 of a second. And then you can race yourself. Just do it over and over again, racing yourself. You'll find your breaking point when you're trying to go too fast and you're not getting any hits on target anymore. It's called a BSA drill, balance of speed and accuracy. And you want to find your breaking point and work on it over and over. And you save on ammo when you do that. Another thing, I need to do a video upstairs. I'll probably do it after this one, but reloading, right? Uh, I pay, I want to say $140, $150 for 1,000 rounds of 45 ACP. Yeah. And with the way me and my wife shoot, you know, every round counts type shit. We don't waste any ammo at all. That 1,000 rounds will last us a while. Some people pay $140 for their family to go do martial arts. To me, having read the Book of Two Guns, fighting with weapons, that is a martial arts. It is a martial art, and that's our recreation. That's our thing, man. Is yeah, pistol shooting and AR shooting, shit like that. But yeah, 45 ACP, about $140 for 1,000 rounds. I shoot lead, non-jacketed bullets. I barely use any powder. I put about 5 grains of powder per round, so it don't kick worth a damn. I just hiccuped. Yep. But it doesn't really kick, and my wife likes shooting it because of that. She doesn't like shooting store-bought ammo. She don't like shooting my shit. So I talked about shot timers, and then talked about triggers and the Glock trigger. Another thing, right? And I'm not sure if for Glocks there's some type of company that'll fix this, but the slides, there's a lot of wiggle inside the gun, right? All right, and then you'll notice with 1911s there's not much wiggle at all when they're custom done up right and all that fancy jiggle. There's not, when the gun is really tight, it's gonna be more accurate. Reason being, when the bullet fires, and I talked before about oscillation and barrel harmonics and natural frequency and all that shit, it really just means the barrel does a whipping motion that causes a lot of vibration throughout the gun. Well, the more fucking loose things you have inside the gun, the more they hit against each other, they rattle, and it's gonna cause your weapon to be less accurate. Now, when that weapon is locked solid, and these weapons do have a delayed blowback, because as the bullet is pushing forward, that pressure bringing the bullet forward, and at the same time it's trying to push the slide back, but it can't because of the locking lugs, because of the pressure driving the barrel forward from the bullet being in there and pushing down the barrel. It's pulling the barrel forward, so the gun stays locked throughout the whole process of oscillation, right? Now, once the bullet leaves the barrel, then there's no more pressure pushing the barrel forward, right? So then the slide is allowed to rock back, to unlock, rock back, extract, and go through its feeding process and all that shit. Alright? So for that period that bullet is inside the barrel, if there's things rattling in your gun, if your gun is loose, it's gonna cause it's gonna cause that shit to disrupt it. It's gonna be less accurate. Okay, so that's another reason I go for a 1911. How tight they are, they're gonna be more accurate, and these jokers come with max grade barrels. I don't have to order it. All right. In the Para GI Expert comes with a max grade barrel and costs about as much as a Glock. But I gotta go. I'm definitely gonna do another one of these, and but I'm up on time. They're gonna have to be 9 minutes, man. Sorry. So I'm gonna do another one on reloading. But all right.